Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. We are from Group 12 and today we would like to present about digital tools, the usage of modern work. Here is the name of our and number metric of our group members, and my name is Muhammad Nur Fidas Muhammad Hikal. So let's move on to the first stage. Here is the Moving on to the first stage of the OSHA model, analyze the learners. Before we can integrate any digital application, we must truly understand who Mrs. Sarah's students are and what they can do and where they are struggling with. We have broken this analysis down into three key dimensions, which are general characteristics, specific competencies, and their digital profile. Miss Sarah is teaching a Form 3 ESL class in a semi-urban secondary school in Perak. The class consists of 34 students, and this is a relatively large group, which means in a traditional single-period classroom setting, giving every student individual time to speak is highly inefficient, and managing the time would be incredibly difficult. Next, the students are at an intermediate proficiency level. They possess a stable receptive skills, meaning they can easily understand simple spoken English and written text. While they do understand the content, they severely lack the confidence to express their opinions and orally. While they understand the content, they severely lack the confidence to express their opinions orally. Furthermore, Miss Sarah's traditional lesson revealed a critical presentation behavioral issue. When the students are asked when the students are asked to speak, the students do not engage with the audience and instead they simply read word for word from their written notes. Finally, let's look at how they learn and their access to technology. Some students are naturally vocal and have a significant portion Finally, let's look at how they learn and their access to technology. Some students are naturally vocal, but a significant portion will remain quiet and passive unless they are given highly structured guidance or peer group support. And all of the students have access to digital text and internet.
Okay, moving on to the second stage of the Assure model, stating objective. For Miss Sarah's Form 3 intermediate class, we have constructed two clear, measurable objectives that directly target her students' learning gaps. Our first objective focuses on language structure, ensuring students can formulate three solid persuasive arguments using appropriate transition markers. These directly address their struggle with organizing ideas clearly. Our second objective is targets the delivery, since Miss Sarah noticed that her students traditionally just read directly from their notes rather than engaging the audience. This objective explicitly challenges them to deliver 2-minute presentations completely independent of text-heavy scripts. This forced a shift from reading to actual and active speaking. Now, let's take a look at the next stage, where we select the methods, media, and materials to bring these lessons to life. Instead of the traditional individual reading method, we selected task-based learning and collaborative learning as our core methods. By putting students into group of 4 to 5, um, active students can encourage the quieter student, the more passive students, to provide the exact peer support they need to build confidence. For our media and digital tools, we had selected to a highly interactive application. First, we chose Padlet. This digital tool allows students to visually map out their ideas together in real time using shared school tablets. It serves as a structural scaffold to help them organize their thoughts before they even start speaking. And second, we chose Canva. This is because it is to break the habit of students reading full sentence from their notes. Canva will be used to create visual only and minimalist slides, because by restricting slides to image and minimal keywords, Students are required to look at the audience and explain their ideas naturally. Lastly, for the materials, we are fully utilizing the school's asset, the stable internet connection, the classroom projector, and the shared tablets, combined with personal smartphones, their own personal smartphones, to accommodate the students' varying levels of digital literacy. Okay. Belum lagi. Ah.
Next is utilize media and materials. So the important parts of this is the five P's, which is the preview the materials, check the school tablets can run the applications or not. After that, prepare the materials, which is set up Padlet and Canva, and then prepare the environment. Make sure the internet is stable. After that, prepare the learners, demonstrate how to use the applications. Last one is provide the learning experience, which is the student will work in a groups. The next part is require learner participations. So the first one is brainstorming, which is will be the student will be using Padlet. The student will use Padlet as a platform to gather their ideas and information because Padlet can use everyone can use Padlet at the same time to gather the informations. And after they're done brainstorming, they will use Canva as an active engagement to make interesting presentations at the end of their task.
All right, for the final part will be evaluate and revise. For the evaluation stage, we suggested three ways for Ms. Sarah to evaluate her students. The first one will be speaking rubric assessment. Ms. Sarah can use a rubric to assess her students' fluency, pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and also persuasive speaking skills. And she can also check whether her students can give opinions and also support those opinions with reasons. The next one will be student self-reflection. Ms. Sarah will ask her student to complete a short reflection form. The form will include questions like maybe did you do well while speaking, or what was difficult while doing presentation, and also do you feel more confident while speaking English. And the last one would be peer assessment. Ms. Sarah will ask her student to evaluate each other's presentation using a simple checklist. This is helpful because it can also encourages her students to in active listening and also audience engagement. Based on the evaluation, several improvements can be made to enhance the lesson. For example, the first one will be speaking support. Ms. Sarah can provide her students with sentence starter or speaking template. This can help students with maybe a problem to organize sentences. The next one would be digital tools guide. Ms. Sarah can give step-by-step guidance or scaffolding to the students on how to use the tools. As we're told, students in her class ability to use digital tools may vary, and by giving guidance, everyone in the class can have equal experience on using the tool. And last but not least is additional activities. Ms. Sarah can conduct an additional speaking activity before starting the actual presentation. This can help her student to gain more confidence as they they were getting used to speak in front of the class.
To bring our presentation to a close, let us review how this complete Azure model workflow seamlessly solves the real-world classroom challenges that is faced by Mrs. Sarah. Every moving part of this lesson is interconnected. It all starts with our two objectives, which set a very clear target. Then, our method, media, and material. Our framework relies heavily on collaborative task-based learning. We aren't just using technologies for the sake of it, we are using it to scaffold their thinking. Padlet acts as their digital workspace to collaborate and map out arguments, while Canva naturally forces them to design minimalist visual slides so that they can't rely on reading paragraphs or text. And finally, the evaluation and revise stage completes the loop. By using speaking rubrics, peer assessments, and analyzing their digital records, Miss Sarah can directly measure whether the students can actually hit the speaking goals. And that's all from us. Thank you very much.